Hey everybody, welcome back to Spear's Garage. I'm Sean, and I'm going to pick up where I left off on the last video. I think what we're going to do today is try to get this bed loosened up off the frame. It might be a little bit of a chore because, as you saw, there's a lot of rust in this bed, and around those bolts, it's pretty weak, so they'll probably want to sit there and spin in place. But what I did yesterday was went ahead and cleaned off the threads and sprayed them with a little bit of a PB on them. Hopefully that'll help get those bolts loosened up a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, this is the issue we're having. A lot of material left around that bolt. So I'm gonna try to get and loosen it, but it's probably going to sit there and spin. We're just going to have to see. Probably have to put vice grips or something on there. If anything, I'm gonna have to get the angle grinder out and cut the nuts off on the bottom. All right guys, this is one of the bolts, the one that you saw from up top. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get and loosen it, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera up on top so you can see if that bolt's gonna get and just break and start spinning. Thinking about maybe trying to back it up with a vice grip right now. Maybe it'll help strengthen it a little bit. Yeah, let's try that. Anything that we can do to kind of make it easier, because it's going to probably be a fight all the way to the end. So we got like, I think 4 bolts on each side to remove. So let's try to make it as easy as we can. All right, guys. It has these spacers in here to keep from crushing this bolt, I guess, or crushing the bed floor. So what I'm gonna try to do is hopefully lock the top of this carriage bolt to that spacer. Maybe I'll keep it from spinning. So y'all watch that for me and see if it starts spinning. All right guys, got the breaker bar on it. Well, okay, it seems to be loose down here. Are we spinning up there? All right, I got the nut off down here. Okay, it looks like it moved the vice grip a little bit, so looks like that helped hold it in place. I'm gonna work on the rest of these. I'll just probably put you up on time lapse. It's gonna probably take a while. Hoping some of the ones that have metal all the way around it, it'll hold. The other ones I probably have to get and just maybe knock the material out around it so I could lock it in like I did this one. So I'll be back here in a little bit. As you see, got them all out. I actually had less issue than I thought it would. I think cleaning those threads and soaking it in PB overnight helped a lot. I think the only one that was kind of difficult getting it broke free was that very first one. After that, it didn't take much to break them free. Actually, most of these, if the heads weren't kind of chewed up a little bit, they're pretty much reusable. So now what I'm going to do is get this back bumper off so I can slide the bed back. I'm not going to reuse this bumper. I'm going to put a painted bumper on here like my grandfather's was. So I'm looking for one of those. And then what I'm going to do after I get it slid back, that'll give me access to these spot welds on the front of this cab. Not cab, but the bedside. So let me go ahead and get that bumper off there, and I'll be back. All right, got the bumper off. Nice little mess to clean up now, like always. But it looks better without that bumper on there. But like I said, I still want to find the painted bumper like my grandfather's. All right, let me see what I need to do to lift this bed up and back it away from that cab. All right, guys, this is one of those it'll work or it won't situations. I'm wrapping these straps around the supports of the bottom of the bed. So let me finish prepping. Get a spot for my strap to be able to go through and wrap around that support right there. I'll get cut you on here in a minute. Okay, got it all rigged up, and of course, I would say don't do this at home. If it rips the bottom of this bed out, then we'll at least have it on a video. Of course, when I get put the good bed in there, we'll do it the proper way. Alright guys, as you can see, we got it set on the stands. My neighbor saw me struggling a little bit and came and helped me get them set down on there. I really appreciate that. But we're going to have to do it different going back on because we won't have these convenient access hose right here. But let's keep moving forward and get these bedsides off. Alright, I think the only thing different between last time and this time as far as removing these bedsides is drilling the hose out right here. Yesterday I went ahead and drilled out these hoses and threw a little bit of primer to keep from any kind of rusting, because I sanded down the paint to be able to see where all the spot welds are, because they actually use seam sealer and they get a lot of it on the metal too. Like you can see there's a spot weld right there, and one right here. So I'll go ahead and get these all drilled out, and then hopefully we can look at how we're going to cut down the inside of this bed to be put on this one. Right, as you can see, I got the passenger bedside off. It was a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be, mainly because like areas like down here, you see It's kind of mangled up a little bit. They put like 2 or 3 spot welds in one spot, and they did that same thing on the bed rail. Kind of see right in here. But got that off, and we can start on the driver's side and get it drilled out. This was in pretty rough shape. But like I said, we'll get the donor bed all fixed up and save a lot of money in it. Just got some time in it. I mean, even if you order new panels, you're going to have to do basically the exact same work and be out probably a few $1,000s. But I think I'm going to end up using this header panel. It looks like it's in better shape than the donor one. It's straighter and also has less rust. Only thing we'll have to do, of course, is this support down here. I'm going to have to get the one off the donor truck because this one's pretty rusted up. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the other one drilled out. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and get the measurements I need to locate this header panel. So what I'm going to do is go to the inside of the stake pocket. And I'm getting exactly 79 inches. And now I'm also going to check it to the outside of the stake pocket. And I have exactly 82 inches. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and check the driver's side too, and make sure they have the exact same measurements here. To the inside, metal's bent just a little bit, but it's going to be exactly 79 inches. And now the outside of the stake pocket. It's 82 inches. Alright, something else I want to check is the bottom of it, because this right here is straight in line all the way down. So I'm going to check from the inside to the back of the truck, which would be to the outside of the stake pocket. I should have 82 inches. Yeah, right there I got about 82 inches. I'm going to check the driver's side. And I have 82 inches right there too, so now I know exactly what the length is once this header panel is going to be put in place to make sure my bedsides are going to work again on this truck, because I definitely don't want to have to get in fight getting those bedsides on, because they were hard enough getting them off the way they're crimped around each side of the bed. All right, let me go ahead and kind of mark this out. I'm going to cut it big. I'm not going to try to do any like precise cuts right now. I'm just going to cut it bigger than I need, just so I can get this piece off. I want to go ahead and get this bed cut up and hauled off this weekend, so I can have this area back. The donor bed, I have it over here on my utility trailer, so I can actually wheel it around by hand and bring it over here when I need to, or pull it into the shop or whatever. But let me go ahead and get this cut out, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, I got it all cut off. You can see how bad it is. The pine needles are hiding a lot of it. And after I got the header panel off, I dumped it upside down. This was everything that came out of the support. Of course, here's the header panel itself. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff cleaned up, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm about ready to cut this old bed in half right here. It's probably not gonna take much, because it's holding on with a prayer right now. Something I'm also glad I bought was these jack stands here. It was at the end of the day, on the last day of a swap meet. This guy didn't want to take them home with him, so he sold them to me for, I mean, I can't remember, it was like less than 20 bucks for all of them. So that's been really handy far as doing a project like this. And plus, if you want to paint or anything like that, you could put them on the stands, and I don't care if I get paint all over them or anything like that. So always check out the last day of a swap meet, because like I said, a lot of people don't want to take stuff home with them, and they end up selling it to you really cheap. But let me go ahead and get this bed cut in half, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got it cut in half, and as soon as I did, everything fell over, even though I thought I had it supported right, but of course I missed it on the film. Should have set another camera up. It was kind of comical. I wasn't expecting that. But as you can see, she was pretty crunchy. So I feel pretty good about my decision on using that donor bed over there. All right, I'm gonna get this thing loaded up here in a few minutes when my dad gets here with the trailer, and then I'm gonna haul it off to St. Louis Salvage. All right, guys, I was kind of just looking this frame over, and if you notice right here where the shocks mount up, see all that dirt and debris and stuff like that? Also got a little bit right here at the leaf spring areas. That one's pretty packed. Well, I was cleaning out the driver's side, and as you can see, I mean, it really ate on that frame and everything. So it'd be a good idea, even on a new vehicle, to go through and check these kind of crevices out and get them cleaned out so they don't rust through your frame or your mounts or anything like that. But I'll have to get look at that better when I start cleaning this frame up. All right, guys, it's that time of year where we're running out of good warm days, and I think it's in the high 40s out there right now. Going to be in the 50s later on. But what I want to go ahead and do is go ahead and pressure wash that donor bed out there, and then while I got the pressure washer out, I want to go ahead and do this frame too, and the rear end, get it kind of cleaned up. I'm still going to need to wire wheel it and everything, but I want to go ahead and just get that taken care of today while I got the pressure washer out, because I think after that I'm going to kind of winterize that pressure washer for the year. As you can see, I got the bed all cleaned. There's a lot of grease right here where the rear end was from the other truck. Got it all off pretty much. As far as the truck, got that frame pretty clean. You probably saw me really scrubbing and everything on this rear end. I actually started spraying it with super clean last night, and it did okay. I sprayed it a couple times again today, but after using a wire wheel and everything and the screwdriver, still has some on it. I'm just have to work on it some more later on. I'll have to get and change that seal. That's what caused it. It was spinning that grease all over the place, and it still leaks on my concrete. That's just why I keep absorbent pad underneath it to catch it. All right, let me get my concrete cleaned up because I made a mess, and I'll be back. All right, guys, it's next day. I'm gonna get that header panel and get that old rotten brace off of there. Let me get it pulled over here, and I'll show you how I want to do it. Guys, here's the header panel off my truck. Every time I move this thing, it dumps more junk out of that brace. But the filler panels on both sides are in pretty good shape. Some surface rust on them. And on the donor bed, I already removed this brace. So that means that I already basically have all the holes drilled to weld it back onto the bed. And what I want to do on this one, since I'm not going to use pretty much nothing but the header panel and these side pieces, so I'm going to get and use my grinder and grind through these spot welds to keep this header panel solid, so I can just weld from this side and get it welded back on there instead of filling holes or drilling more holes and stuff like that. And so let me go ahead and get this thing ground off here, and I'll be back. after a good long while. Finally got that brace removed. Those spot welds on there are pretty good. I don't know how many times I had to get and run that grinder across there to thin it out enough to get and break the spot welds. But I got it, and the metal is actually in really good shape. Surface rust on it, nothing really pitted bad at all. So I'll take that win. The brace though, let me show that to you. It's actually in a lot better shape than I thought it was going to be after all that debris that was in there. But at least we have a good one to put back, and we can keep moving forward now that I got this off. So we'll move on to the next part. All right, guys, it's the day after Christmas, and I hope all y'all had a Merry Christmas. I thought I'd share with you a few things my wife got me. I make mention of things here and there, and she keeps a little mental note or whatever, and I'll forget about it a lot of times, and she'll get it for me. But I didn't ask for it, but she thought this would be handy for me. It's one of these little knee creepers. I think it will probably be pretty handy when I'm doing all this wire wheeling and stuff on the frame. Something else I mentioned a while back is I wish I had one of those little stubby pressure washer nozzles. And she got me that. And one day I was wishing I had one of those thread nut checkers, and she got me one of those too. So that's going to be all handy and help me out with these projects. And before I sign off, I'm going to kind of show you where I'm at on this bed. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I was going to start fitting in this header panel. So I got my bed all leveled up on this trailer. I got thinking about it. If I get and cut the rest of this floor out, I'll have a nice factory straight edge and the location of the carriage bolts. So got that all set down there, and I pulled my tape measure on each side to 82 inches, and as you can see, I got a lot sticking out, and it's not very straight either, because what I ended up doing is coming off this header panel 16 inches, but if you look at that, it's really bowed out like something really heavy rode around in there, and I just made a bunch of marks and then ran my tape, which I guess it just flexed to each mark. It looked straight when I was cutting it, but definitely was not straight. So you said I put each side 82 inches, and then I wanted to check the sides, and I was getting my 79 from inside the stake pocket to the outside, and 82 from the outside of the stake pocket. So I got and also put a level on this, and this was all nice and straight, but yet the as you can see, the mark I had right there, it's way off if this is straight. So I came back here to the back, and where I would get my 82 inch mark from pulling the tape from the outside of the stake pocket, I put a level, and as you can see, that black line right there, it starts widening out. It looks like something really heavy smashed down here. Plus, I don't know if you can see it, but that's all bent. I knew this bed was dented down here when I was taking it off. So I also came over here and put the level on this side, and it all came out nice and straight with the edge of this bed. So I pulled my 82 inches there again, but this time I pulled 82 1/4 to make up for that sticking out down there, and it came out nice and flush with the rest of this bedside. And this one right here, with it all lined up, it starts narrowing back in again. So I think I'm all nice and straight now. I'm glad I double checked that, because I'm gonna be cutting the bedsides out, but that floor right there need to be nice and straight, not only for the header panel, but for that brace that I gotta put back in. But I'll show that all to you in the next video. Like I said, I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas, and
This video will probably go out next Thursday, so Happy New Year. And I'd just like to thank all of y'all for your comments and subscribing. I appreciate it a ton. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.